It's me, the Honest Ads Guy, with my next big project. We're grateful to be sponsored by Mint Mobile, and I wouldn't let those words escape my filthy yapper if I didn't believe the product was dope. In a world full of middling to terrible customer service, Mint Mobile boasts a 96% customer care rating and the nation's largest 5G network. They make it easy to switch. Truly, it is a focus for them to cut out hassle, and they offer bulk pricing. That means that beyond the already mentioned reasonable $15 a month starter rate, you can purchase 3, 6, or 12 months at once for further, deeper, mintier discounts. Personally, when a market like cell phones has become dominated by bloated companies legally obliged to eke little gains out for their shareholders each quarter, I'm always waiting for some entrepreneurial hero to realize they can become a big company just by offering the normal, reasonable version of the service we were all once used to. And right now, at the link below, new customers can nab those aforementioned premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month. Look into it. Back to Content Unit.
What are you at, 4?
I'm at 6.
Don't ask that yet. It's too early to ask. What did you name your bakery?
I hate this bakery. And hey, pal, that's from the heart.
We say we're trying to cover every kind of gaming experience for the pod, and we owe it to the one-upsmanship audience to cover a clicker. And Cookie Clicker is the gold standard.
Oh, somebody's getting kicked in the cookie for this. I'd rather get eaten by a clicker than play a clicker.
More?
You have more? Let's get them all out of your system.
They should have choco-let those chips make a better game than this.
How is playing a clicker any dumber than playing slots?
Cause there's money on the line.
Okay, then watching a fireworks show.
Sometimes
The guy fucks up and they all go off at once. Look, at least some idle games,
in Vampire Survivor,
you had to choose which way to move and what to upgrade. Blackjack is simple, but there is strategy. But this is nothing.
Okay, so is meditation, but that doesn't make it not worthwhile. What is gaming if not finding joy in play itself? Like, none of it means anything, especially if you take the story elements out and strip it down to the gameplay loop dopamine reward.
and
This gives you that? Getting 50 cookies and then 1,000 cookies? Because to me, that's so hollow it reaches into my mind and ruins other video game genres. Like, it never occurred to me till now, but what is an FPS? Just drawing straight lines and clicking on things?
I guess, but in that sense, so is actually shooting a bunch of people.
right.
But again, there are stakes.
No non-gambling video game has stakes outside of the ones in your mind. Welcome to art. Like, if you can't enjoy Cookie Clicker, you don't deserve John Cage.
Oh,
For Mortal Kombat, I could bag him.
No, the experimental composer, John Cage, the guy who's interested in fundamental limits and elements that make something music instead of sound. Try to appreciate Cookie Clicker as a distillation of that little reward cycle that all gaming actually originated.
Still though, I could pull Johnny Cage if I wanted, and I need you to admit that.
If you admit that they do fluff it up in pretty much every way they can.
yeah, if your task
Is to fluff up nothing. It's cotton candy. Look, there's a news crawl at the top, and the last ones I've gotten are your cookies are worth a lot of money. Thank you. Your cookies sell very well in distant lands. Oh, which ones? And a celebrity said your cookies help them.
when they feel low. That's it, Adam.
A celebrity. No one in particular.
They couldn't come up with, like,
Bridget Bardot or some shit. They cannot rise to the level of a Ben & Jerry's flavor name writer. It's the laziest validation machine I've ever encountered that isn't my robotic sex mouth.
wow.
Quite a rant. Save it for the pod, one-upsmanship available wherever you get your podcasts or over at patreon.com/smallbeans.
And I'm only halfway through the rant. That's the horrible part. Because you know what I just reminded myself of? That study where they showed that even a single neuron cell can become addicted to cocaine. Oh, and that new study that shows that consciousness might exist at the cellular level.
Okay, I kind of get the addiction connection.
I'm
Saying your whole self might be a sophisticated collaboration of living beings on the scale of trillions or quadrillions, and as the one gifted with a sense of control,
over that collective, however illusory.
you've decided to click cookies. You chose the null action. You've squandered the miracle, however briefly.
Boom! First trillion cookies! That is fucking delicious. Okay, the key was teaching my grandmas to work in the cookie mines until I could pay for the cat upgrade and bank my milk points.
See,
You say that like it's a sequence of strategic events, but they're all clicking.
and waiting.
Clickers also encompass idlers, so there's the element of being able to toss them on in the background, or on your phone in line, or while your files process.
You know what else takes form while you ignore it? A chia pet. A human child.
You hate those things.
Right.
Which should tell you how boring this is. Fine, then real cookies. I could be baking cookies right now.
I am.
Full immersion. It smells amazing over here. You know what? I'm enjoying myself. I'm relaxing. There should be space for us to enjoy low-stakes entertainment.
If you don't count guaranteed carpal tunnel as stakes.
In Cookie Clicker's defense, as you click, you earn generators, which makes actually clicking a bunch less of the point.
Great.
So it devolves into a true idle game. The natural endpoint of this pattern is that I never interact with it again and quietly uninstall it. Hey, look, I won.
It's like you're saying paintings are worthless because they don't require engagement.
But they do. They engage your brain by meaning things. Cookie Clicker doesn't even pretend to be trying to do that.
Tons of fun things don't play in the realm of concrete meaning. Juggling, gymnastics, many of our check-ins.
I don't find those things fun.
But people do. No one has to justify an enjoyable activity that doesn't hurt anybody else.
That is not what you said about my one-man fight club.
You kept losing. You can try to make it into a personality flaw to sit wasting time, but in a way, isn't that just vainly pretending your time is valuable and that your actions matter?
Well, they
Do a little. My mom says so.
Okay, for a time and to some of the people around you, but you can spend time blowing off steam by clicking a cookie, and that's also fine. The world's not going to end. In fact, it might just be self-care.
Really? Because my last banner ad news thingy said cookies linked to global warming, so apparently even in the fantasy world of a cookie-based economy, I can't escape my own complicity in the structures that exploit the global underclass. Adam?
Were you expecting Cookie Clicker to resolve that for you?
no.
I switched to adventure capitalist. At least it's satire and knows what it is,
I never heard of that. Is that another clicker game?
I mean,
if you want it to be. Or you can just pay your way like I'm doing.
You slammed me so hard for buying the Gods of Asgard stuff.
Because I'm proving a point. Look, I just bought the Wheelin' and Tealin Tux, which apparently makes my profit margin on Mars go up at a rate proportional to how many angel investors I've stationed there. It costs 1,500 mega tickets.
which I could grind out, but
Oh no, they exchange at a rate of $1 decillion to 1 megabuck.
Woof.
meow.
Honestly, looks like I could earn $1 decillion in like an hour of gameplay, so that means I could buy 17 mega tickets for about 3,000 gold bars, which equates to 20 hours of my time, or 300 real US dollars.
Which I've just paid.
And now I will uninstall this game as well.
Why are you doing this?
Because
I need you to see the dangers these games pose. Also, I still have Soren's credit card info, and he doesn't notice if I keep it under 1K a year.
Oh, so that's why you seemed so caught off guard at my birthday party last year and then gifted me $900 in a plastic grocery bag.
It was from both of us.
Well, for your information, Cookie Clicker is a flat rate game and doesn't have any addiction holes or money pits, so the art or philosophy or enjoyment part really does come down to the act itself. Humans feel good when they press a thing and get a reward. I don't need to hide that or bury it to feel smarter. It's fine for me to enjoy it.
No, it's dumb. Sorry. It's just a bad look for the most advanced species on Earth. And as a man of faith, I'm honestly surprised you'd let yourself fall into such an obvious temptation trap.
Wow. Judge much? So what are you playing now?
Nothing.
You know, I can just find your Discord and see, right?
always.
Have an out.
Sexy ladies.